tell some pieces. You may be the only person.
Welcome back to the channel, it's Tyler Brooks. Are you ready for a blockbuster year in cinema? From thrilling horrors to heartwarming family adventures, 2025 has it all. Stick around because today, we're counting down 25 must-watch movies in 2025. And trust me, movie numbers 18, 6, and number 1 will leave you speechless. Let's get started. Number 25, Screamboat, directed by Stephen Lamort, releasing on January 31st, 2025. Starring David Howard Thornton, Jesse Cove, Jesse Posey, and Jarlath Conroy. Screamboat follows a group of unsuspecting passengers enjoying a peaceful late-night ferry ride through the waters of New York City. However, their tranquil evening takes a horrifying turn when a sinister and murderous version of Mickey Mouse emerges from the shadows, turning the boat into a floating nightmare. Director Lamort, speaking with Variety, described the project as a dark homage to Disney's legacy, saying, "Screamboat is my love letter to Disney, but with a sharp, sinister edge. It's a mischievous twist on a beloved classic, blending humor with heart-pounding horror. I can't wait for audiences to meet our terrifying take on an iconic mouse." Adding to the film's chilling allure is David Howard Thornton, famed for his portrayal of Art the Clown, who steps into the role of the malevolent mouse. The teaser promises a true horror spectacle brought to life by the creative forces of Lamort and Thornton. Number 24, Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, releasing on April 18th, 2025. Starring Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, and Wunmi Mosaku. In Sinners, Michael B. Jordan delivers a dual performance as twin brothers who share a dark past. When the two return to their childhood hometown seeking a fresh start, they're met with unexplainable phenomena that dredge up buried secrets. As eerie events spiral out of control, they realize they've awakened a malevolent force tied to their family history. Ryan Coogler's signature storytelling shines in this psychological horror that expertly balances heart-pounding scares with emotional depth. Haley Steinfeld's character, a childhood friend, plays a pivotal role in uncovering the truth behind the sinister occurrences, while the brothers' bond is tested in unimaginable ways. Prepare for a chilling ride that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Number 23, Thunderbolts, directed by Jake Schreier, releasing on May 2nd, 2025. Starring Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Marvel fans, brace yourselves. Thunderbolts is bringing a new kind of team to the forefront, one that blurs the lines between heroes and villains. This film assembles a crew of morally complex antiheroes, including Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova, Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes, and David Harbour's Alexei Shostakov. Tasked by the U.S. government with high-stakes missions, the Thunderbolts must navigate internal conflict and dangerous external threats. The film promises explosive action, sharp humor, and a deeper exploration of what it means to be a hero in the Marvel Universe. Expect shocking twists and intense dynamics as this unconventional team tackles their biggest challenge yet. Number 22, Wolfman, directed by Lee Hwanel, releasing on January 17th, 2025. Starring Christopher Abbott, Julia Garner, Matilda Firth, Sam Yeager. This gripping horror film takes us to a remote farmhouse in Oregon, where Blake, Christopher Abbott, his wife Charlotte, Julia Garner, and their daughter Ginger, Matilda Firth, hope for a fresh start after a traumatic accident. But when Blake starts exhibiting terrifying symptoms, Charlotte realizes that something monstrous is taking over her husband. As his transformation becomes complete, she must protect herself and their daughter from the creature he's becoming. Wolfman is a modern reimagining of the 1941 classic and is sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Number 21, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
Directed by Christopher McQuarrie, releasing on May 23rd, 2025. Starring Tom Cruise, Rebecca Ferguson, Simon Pegg, and Haley Atwell. Ethan Hunt's journey reaches its climactic conclusion in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Tom Cruise reprises his role as the daring IMF agent, taking on one final mission to save the world from an out-of-control artificial intelligence. This time, the stakes are higher than ever, with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. The film features breathtaking locations, gravity-defying stunts, yes, Cruise does his own stunts, and a star-studded cast of both returning favorites and fresh faces. As the story delves into Ethan's past, alliances are tested and secrets are revealed, culminating in a heart-pounding showdown that will leave fans talking long after the credits roll.
To remind us all to subscribe to the channel!
Number 20. Lilo and Stitch. Directed by Dean Fleischer Camp. Releasing on May 23, 2025. Starring Maya Kealoha, Sydney Agudong, and Zach Galifianakis. Disney's live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch brings the heartwarming tale of family and friendship to life in a whole new way. The story follows Lilo, a lonely Hawaiian girl who struggles to connect with others after the loss of her parents. Everything changes when she adopts an unusual dog she names Stitch, who is actually a mischievous alien experiment. As Lilo teaches Stitch the meaning of ohana, family, they must evade alien hunters determined to capture him. With stunning visuals, an updated yet faithful narrative, and a talented cast led by newcomer Maya Kealoha, this adaptation promises to tug at your heartstrings while delivering plenty of laughs. Number 19. Karate Kid Legends. Directed by Jonathan Entwistle. Releasing on May 30th, 2025. Starring Ralph Macchio, Jackie Chan, and Ben Wong. Reignite your love for martial arts with Karate Kid Legends. Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan reprise their iconic roles as Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Han, teaming up to train a new student, portrayed by Ben Wong. The story sees Daniel and Mr. Han clashing over their differing philosophies on mentorship while preparing their student for a high-stakes tournament against a rival dojo. Packed with high-energy training sequences, emotional character arcs, and a renewed focus on the core values of perseverance and discipline, this film honors the legacy of the franchise while paving the way for a new generation of Karate Kid fans. Number 18. Ballerina. Directed by Len Wiseman. Releasing on June 6, 2025. Starring Ana de Armas, Keanu Reeves, and Angelica Houston. The John Wick universe expands with Ballerina, an action-packed spin-off starring Ana de Armas as a highly trained assassin on a quest for vengeance. Raised in the traditions of the Ruska Roma, her character faces her darkest challenges, yet as she hunts down those responsible for her family's death. Along the way, she encounters John Wick himself, played by Keanu Reeves, who offers cryptic advice and aid. Directed by Len Wiseman, the film boasts intense fight choreography, breathtaking visuals, and a richly woven story that delves deeper into the mysterious world of assassins. Fans of the franchise are in for a treat. Number 17. Elio. Directed by Domi Sher and Madeline Sharafian. Releasing on June 13, 2025. Starring Jonas Kiprabe, Jamila Jamil, and Zoe Saldana. Pixar takes us to the stars with Elio, an imaginative adventure about an 11-year-old boy who finds himself mistaken for Earth's ambassador by an intergalactic council. Elio must navigate the politics and peculiarities of alien species while learning to overcome his insecurities and embrace his unique qualities. The film offers Pixar's signature blend of humor, heart, and stunning animation, promising to captivate audiences of all ages. Number 16. How to Train Your Dragon. Directed Dean Dubois. Releasing on June 13, 2025. Starring Mason Thames, Nico Parker, and Gerard Butler. DreamWorks' beloved animated series soars to new heights with this live-action adaptation of How to Train Your Dragon. The story follows Hiccup, an awkward Viking teenager who defies tradition by befriending a dragon named Toothless. Together, they challenge their community's long-held beliefs about dragons and discover a bond that will change their world forever. This visually stunning remake captures the magic, humor, and emotional depth of the original while adding fresh layers of realism and adventure. Number 15. 2028 Years Later. Directed by Danny Boyle. Releasing on June 20th, 2025. Starring Cillian Murphy, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Jodie Comer, Ralph Fiennes, and Aaron Kellyman. Cillian Murphy returns to the iconic zombie franchise in 28 years later, the thrilling continuation of Danny Boyle's apocalyptic saga. Set nearly 3 decades after the Rage virus outbreak, the world is now a fragmented wasteland of fortified human settlements and roaming undead hordes. Jim Murphy, once a survivor fighting for his life, is now struggling to lead a resilient community against both infected and desperate factions of humanity. With Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Jodie Comer portraying key allies, the plot delves into the moral compromises required to survive in a ravaged world. Expect tension, terror, and Boyle's signature grit in this revival of one of horror's most groundbreaking franchises. Number 14, F1. Directed by Joseph Kosinski. Releasing on June 27th, 2025. Starring Brad Pitt and Damson Idris. Feel the speed in F1, a high-octane racing drama starring Brad Pitt as Sonny Hayes, a retired Formula One legend coaxed back into the sport. Tasked with mentoring rookie driver Jordan Walker, Damson Idris, Hayes must navigate his return to the adrenaline-fueled circuits while reckoning with his past failures. Filmed during real-life Formula One events, including the 2023 British Grand Prix, the film immerses viewers in the thrilling world of competitive racing. Featuring stunning cinematography and intense racing sequences, F1 promises to be an unforgettable ride for fans of speed and sports dramas alike.
To remind us all to subscribe to the channel.
Number 13, Jurassic World Rebirth. Directed by Gareth Edwards. Releasing on July 2nd, 2025. Starring Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Mahershala Ali. In Jurassic World Rebirth, humanity faces the consequences of coexisting with dinosaurs after the events of Dominion. With the Earth's ecosystems spiraling into chaos, a daring team led by Scarlett Johansson's paleontologist, Jonathan Bailey's ecologist, and Mahershala Ali's tech entrepreneur embarks on a global quest. Their mission: retrieve vital DNA samples from 3 colossal prehistoric creatures before extinction overtakes them again. The film explores the fragile balance between science and nature, blending awe-inspiring visuals with intense action sequences in a race against time. Number 12, Superman. Directed by James Gunn. Releasing on July 11th, 2025. Starring David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, and Nicholas Hoult. James Gunn reinvigorates the Man of Steel in Superman, a fresh take on DC's iconic hero. David Corenswet stars as Clark Kent, a journalist grappling with his dual identity as Superman. Torn between his Kryptonian heritage and his upbringing on Earth, Clark must find a way to balance his extraordinary abilities with his desire to live as a human. Rachel Brosnahan brings sharp wit and compassion to her role as Lois Lane, while Nicholas Hoult's Lex Luthor emerges as a formidable adversary. With Gunn's unique vision, expect a film filled with hope, humor, and epic heroics that redefine the DC Universe's cornerstone. And that wraps up today's list of must-watch movies for 2025. But remember, there's more to come. We'll be diving into the remaining movies in our next video. So be sure to stick around until the end.